Peter O'Toole, the star of Lawrence of Arabia, an 8-time Oscar nominee. We know his story, but he was also a father to 3 children, Kate, Patricia, and Lorcan. Each carried the weight of that iconic name. So, what became of them? Did they embrace the spotlight, run from it, or find their own unique space? We're diving into the lives of the O'Toole children, and their stories are as varied and fascinating as their father's famous roles. Number 3. Kate O'Toole. Born February 26, 1960 in Stratford-upon-Avon, England. Her mom was the brilliant Welsh actress Siân Phillips, so acting was definitely in her DNA. She grew up in a glamorous 1960s Hampstead home buzzing with parties and famous faces. But here's a twist. Despite the glamour, Kate and her sister lived a bit separately, mainly with a nanny. Peter O'Toole apparently decreed his children were to be neither seen nor heard unless specifically invited. Kate even recalled her first real memory of him was at age 2 while he was filming Lawrence of Arabia. This unusual upbringing likely made her observant and self-reliant. Being Hollywood royalty is a double-edged sword. Doors might open, but everyone's watching. Kate, however, wasn't just going to ride on the family name. Though drawn to performance, she initially studied the academic side of theater at top schools like Yale. Then came her epiphany on stage during a play in New York. "I just felt so at home on the stage," she said. "I took to it like a duck to water." That was it. Acting became her true calling, and she made her mark, especially in theater, working with renowned companies in Ireland and the UK. A poignant moment was in 1984 during The Hostage in New York, when her father made a surprise stage appearance. A powerful nod from one actor to another. Her role in 3 Tall Women in Belfast, 2001, won her a Best Actress award from the British Arts Council. A huge achievement. She also earned an Irish Theatre Award nomination for Dead Funny and hit London's West End in Summer and Smoke, 2006. Kate also built a solid screen career. She actually started very young, playing her real-life mom, Siân Phillips's daughter, in the 1969 film Laughed Her in the Dark. Her film roles include Ms. Furlong and John Huston's The Dead, 1987, Dancing at Lughnasadh, 1998, Agnes Brown, 1999, Possession, 2002, and more recently, festive films like Christmas at Castle Heart, 2021. On TV, she's appeared in Tales from the Dark Side, Silent Witness, The Tutors, and The Young Offenders. Living with a father like Peter O'Toole was complex. Kate wrote about their bond, which evolved from a somewhat distant childhood to profound mutual respect. When he passed in 2013, Kate played a crucial role in making his extensive archive public, stating her respect for the past and an eye to the future in preserving his legacy. This wasn't just a daughter's duty. It was an act of deep artistic understanding. Beyond acting, Kate is a significant figure in the Irish arts scene, chairing the Galway film Fleed and serving on the board of Screen Ireland. She has a deep connection to Connemara, her father's ancestral home, which she also calls home. Kate O'Toole successfully carved her own path, honored her heritage, and became a respected artist in her own right. Number 2. Patricia O'Toole. Born in 1963, just as her father's fame exploded with Lawrence of Arabia, her mother was also Siân Phillips. So Patricia, too, was born into this world of immense artistic legacy. Siân Phillips mentioned her roles as wife and mother to Kate, and Pat were demanding, even sidelining her own career somewhat. Patricia, like Kate, felt the pull of the family profession and trained at London's Arts Educational School from 1984 to 1987. This was also a few years after her parents' very public divorce, a challenging time for a young woman. After her studies, Pat did step into the limelight. Her London stage debut was in The One Before the Last. She co-founded a zany all-girl singing group, Platform 5, showcasing her versatility. She also gathered TV credits in British shows between the late 1980s and mid-1990s, including the comic strip presence, Casualty, The Bill, and Poirot. So she was an active performer, but then her path shifted. Here's where things take a more private and challenging turn. By 2014, Patricia was identified as a training consultant and a personal business and development coach at Rose Bruford College of Theatre and Performance. This significant change saw her move from performing to nurturing new talent, a path perhaps offering more stability and less public glare. Now, about her relationship with her father, Peter O'Toole. This became painfully public. When he died in December 2013, his will, written that same year, revealed a shocking estrangement. It stated he was making no provision for Patricia, citing they had been estranged for some years. Imagine that news breaking publicly. His estate mostly went to Kate, her half-brother Lorcan, and, intriguingly, Patricia's own daughter Jessica. When the media approached Patricia, she responded with incredible dignity. "It is a personal and family matter," and said no more. The reasons for the rift remain private. What's particularly poignant is that while Patricia was excluded, her then 14-year-old daughter, Jessica, was a beneficiary. This adds another layer of complexity to the family dynamics. Despite this, Patricia attended her father's funeral. It seems she has chosen a more private life, reportedly living with her partner in East Sussex, as of 2014. Her journey shows that even those born into fame can choose different paths, navigating personal heartaches with quiet strength, often away from the spotlight. Number 1. Lorcan O'Toole. Born March 17, 1983, in Dublin. His mother was American model Karen Brown Somerville. His early life sounds quite dramatic. There was ambiguity about his parents' marital status, and a significant custody battle ensued. Karen wanted a typical American boy upbringing for Lorcan in New Jersey, contrasting sharply with Peter O'Toole's flamboyant international lifestyle. At one point, Peter even took young Lorcan to Bermuda, prompting Karen to initiate legal proceedings there. Despite the conflict, Peter O'Toole deeply loved his son. Growing up between these different worlds likely shaped Lorcan profoundly. He briefly attended New York University's Tisch School of the Arts for Drama. Interestingly, Lorcan's film career began behind the scenes. He was a carpenter on films like The Boxer, 1997, as a teen, Angela's Ashes, 1999, and The Escapist, 2002. Then he did move into acting. You might have seen him in Mrs. Palfrey at the Claremont, 2005 TV series like Totally Frank, 2005 Crusoe, 2008 Sons of Anarchy, 2010 as Patrick Telford and Harry's Law, 2011. He was also credited as a musician, highlighting other artistic talents. But Lorcan's story takes a unique and fascinating turn. He's transitioned into spiritual and consciousness-based filmmaking, a move seemingly rooted in deep personal experiences. His main project is a film series titled Reflections, The Return of Light. He calls it an interactive, immersive film series about the awakening of consciousness on our planet. Lorcan has spoken of profound spiritual experiences, trances, visions, and realizing he was a spirit medium, which fueled this project. He travels to vortex points on Earth, like Bali and Machu Picchu, interviewing locals about their extraordinary experiences. Each episode is planned to be 33 minutes and 33 seconds. The themes are vast, unity, humanity's connection to Earth, and the harmony of science and spirituality. This is a massive shift from traditional acting. He's creating a vision from his own spiritual journey, using film to explore consciousness. His relationship with his father, Peter O'Toole, seems to have been one of deep affection in Peter's later years, despite early turbulence. Lorcan was often by his father's side at public events. He was about 28 or 29 when his father passed. He once shared a touching memory of checking if his sleeping father was still breathing as a child, showing his deep care. Lorcan was a significant beneficiary of his father's estate. More recently, Lorcan participated in the 2022 documentary Peter O'Toole Along the Sky Road to Aqaba, sharing his memories. Lorcan O'Toole's journey is remarkable. From son of a legend through film work to becoming a spiritual filmmaker on a deeply personal quest, truly crafting his own legacy. They didn't just become footnotes in their father's story. They wrote their own fascinating, complex, and deeply human chapters.